and welcome back to episode 175 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, and I'm here with my guy, Q McLeod, fuck that point man and co-host. What's happening with you?
Mouth no money.
Mouth no money. Mouth, the Eagles have flown the nest. King. Wait till this punk ass get on here. I can't wait to clown him.
I'm ready for him.
Listen. Hopefully we get another guest popping in a little later. But we'll see how shit go. Had to jump back into a Saturday show. It's been a minute, huh?
Man, it's been quite a while.
I can't remember the last.
We tried one when the NBA was kicking off and it was, trying to get a little good there for a minute.
Okay, so was it like as the NBA season was starting?
I can't remember exactly when.
Yeah, I can't either, man.
I know it was before the Christmas game. I remember that.
Okay. I was just trying to get an idea how long it's been.
Well, you had the one little stint too where me and Malk jumped on you.
Oh yeah, when I did that one, started that one by myself.
Yeah. Jumped on from the phone app from where I was at.
But yeah, motherfuckers had to do a Saturday show. It's been a lot going on, especially in football and all that.
Yeah.
A lot of moves made. Your Dolphins didn't really sign nobody other than what's the name though, right?
Who that?
Malik Reed.
What do you mean?
Y'all re-signed a lot of players I saw, but who all new did you get? And I know I could have probably missed something, but I know Trent Sherfield got shipped to the Bills.
Yeah, you got to think about a young guy moving around the league for the past few years. He's just looking for a home. He play on 1-year deals every year.
Right.
He showcases talent. He's deserving.
I liked him. I liked him.
I'm glad he's not getting soaked in. Hey, we can give you some big money to come to the Rams, knowing they ain't gonna be shit.
Right.
So, I'm happy for him. I'm glad he was on his up playing for us, so they can remember Sherfield on his off.
Yeah, you speaking of the Rams, talking about getting shipped to the Rams when they ain't gonna do shit. They shipped Jalen Ramsey to y'all, didn't they?
Fucking right.
Listen,
Xavier.
Right, that's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna lie. That was for a couple years, not recently, but like a couple years, probably like 3-4 years back. They were the 1 and 2 quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
So to put them on the same team, man, that's a very tough situation. I feel like y'all one trade deadline safety away from having a lockdown secondary.
It's awesome right now.
Y'all in a good spot defensively.
You got to think about it. We picked up Bradley Chubb. Christian Wilkins showing his ass at nose tackle.
Yeah, y'all stocking up on the linebackers, I see.
Yeah. We got David Long from Tennessee.
Y'all trying to get a little core.
All our running backs are coming back. Every last one of them that was on the squad last year got signed.
Who is that? Mostert.
Raheem Mostert. Also Jeff.
Oh, Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Yeah, I forgot y'all got Jeff Wilson.
Even Myles Gaskin and Savon Ahmed got contracts as well.
For real?
Yep. Even Robert Craycraft.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he got another 1-year deal.
Yep, I saw that. That's what I was saying. I saw y'all did a lot of re-signing, but I didn't really see, any grabs. But let's be honest, you get a guy like Jalen Ramsey. Y'all got Bradley Chubb at what, trade deadline last year?
Mm-hmm.
And then y'all just picked up Malik Reed.
Malik Reed.
That's pretty.
got-
That sums it up.
Now we're losing Byron Jones, but boo-hoo. We got Nick Needham, a name that doesn't get spoken
Byron
about.
Jones,
Cornerback.
cornerback. Okay.
He came over from Dallas.
Okay.
But he seemed like he's on the out anyway. He was on some other shit, like he was retiring type shit, but never said he retired.
Right.
Talking bad about the game and that it's hurting him, with the injuries he's had and blase. I don't mean to say blase like that.
Right.
But,
I know what you said.
yeah. So,
But why
it
would you-
seem like why would you sign a guy that seems like he's on the out
Right. He's unhappy.
with the game?
And then beyond that, you just got Ramsey too. Like,
Well, that happened before Ramsey, and then
Oh,
next thing
did he?
the trade comes through, which awesome.
so that happened
But
in the
he-
off season.
Yeah. Yeah. It was before the Ramsey trade where the article I saw came out.
Well, I mean, I guess it's still the off season, so that's a dumbass
Yeah.
question, but you know what I meant. Early off season, like after.
Yeah, it was
Right.
it was before transactions were starting. to be
Right.
made.
That.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So it is what it is.
Nah, y'all sitting good defensively. The only thing that to worry about for real is to his head.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned it. That's why they kept him under protocol so long after the
Right.
season was over.
Right.
Testing, retesting, researching. But they probably, for all we know, they probably changed his baseline. His baseline might be one of the weakest in the NFL right now, and I wouldn't blame him. Shit, anything, man, pull his motherfucking ass.
He
It'll
just needs.
learn how you play smarter.
He needs to
It'll
do
learn.
some fucking neck drills, man. He has a baby neck. He has
He's learning.
he has a baby neck. He gets slung to the ground and he's over there wobbling like a bobblehead out on the field. Like, support
Well,
your neck, nigga.
That's where the little guys have the good conversations in basketball per se. Learn how to fall. You gotta know how to fall. If you know you're getting hit, you have to know how to fall.
Right.
You gotta be on a trampoline, getting hit by some swinging punching bags or something. So
At
you can learn
least-
how to duck, dodge, and fall.
At least tuck your helmet into your shoulder pads or something so there's not as much jerk. You know what I mean? Because, like we talked about, it's not that he's taking hits to the dome. He's getting concussed by how they're throwing him to the ground and he's just banging his head off that motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, that's even like when he fell backwards. You fell backwards, and most guys, if they reach back, they're reaching for the hand to make contact, then control, then you use your strength, and either you're gonna roll,
Right. Okay,
fall
I
back,
see what you're
whatever,
saying.
whatever.
Right.
So you got that strength in the upper body where your neck ain't gonna snap back.
Right.
You threw your arm back and snap your head back.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like, you have no control over nothing. It's kind of like, like some old school shit, bitch slap. Like, ah. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, like we playing football. Now,
He said Tua fell back with one of his legs tucked back like the drag queens be doing to I'm Every Woman. He just fell back like, bam. With his-
like, ah.
right,
you know
and brushed his cleats off.
Yeah. And nah, I'm good. And then you stumbling after that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
not
funny.
good, bro. Like, you gotta learn how to fall. You know what I'm saying? I just taught you a lesson right there. Your hands down just means contact.
Right.
Then control. Then you use strength. Don't use strength all the way, 'cause you're gonna break a fucking bone.
Listen,
Going down with strength, you break
I mean,
a bone.
you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful planting arms too. You know what I mean? Because
That's what I mean. You can't come down with strength. You're gonna break that motherfucker.
listen,
You're gonna break that hoe. I'm telling you.
and motherfuckers is, I imagine, to be a lot heavier in the NFL when they,
A lot
coming
more
down
weight.
as well.
A lot more pressure. You got to think. I work with steel. I know about pounds of pressure. That shit hurt. That shit could
Listen.
be sitting there, right there, and I could barely bump that motherfucker, and I'm gonna have a bruise for a month.
So let me ask you this then. Y'all got rid of Sherfield. Y'all got y'all's running backs back, you said.
Yeah.
Are you content with your wide receiver core with just, Waddle and Hill like right now? And Craycraft, of course, but like I feel like if and I'm not trying to speak nothing, but if anybody misses a few games to injury, y'all kind of stuck, right?
Oh, excuse me.
You all right?
I got choked up. No, I was actually pulling up the roster so I can.
Right.
We got more receivers out there. You got to remember, we signed Braxton Berrios
Oh, I like Braxton from the Jets.
from the
I
Jets.
forgot about that. I like Braxton.
I knew I was missing one.
I'm a fan of Braxton.
We got a guy named, I don't want to fuck his name up, but it's like Izu Kema. He's been more practice squad. He's played preseason with us. He's an awesome receiver
Okay.
that can develop.
So they expecting
Um,
step up situations. I forgot about
but
Barrios.
you can't forget we still got Cedric Wilson that came over last season from Dallas.
Okay.
Who was it? Sherfield outshined him last year,
Right.
obviously. So that's where that production came from. We still got Adam Shaheen. I know you've seen him on the field make a couple of grabs. And Durham Smythe, those are two tight ends. We got Tanner Connor. He's been an undrafted pick we've had.
Tanner Connor. That
Yeah.
is. He got two. He got two
First.
suburban first names. That sounds like brothers. Tanner and Connor.
Yeah.
That nigga's name is Tanner Connor. Who would have done? Why would his parents do that to him?
Supposed to. Let him know where he from. Beverly Hills, ho. Get out here. Get out here. NFL bound. We don't need nothing. I
So-
got it.
I guess to sum up the question, you feel you comfortable. I mean, I forgot
I'm
about
very-
Braxton Barrios. I really did.
I'm
Or
comfortable.
Barrios.
Just like, I mean, you got to be honest. You saw a big step into it last year, as far as
No, yeah.
besides injuries. Okay, so
He looked all right.
for a guy that's meant to not be nothing, I'm happy. I'm content knowing that I got a quarterback. When healthy, we gonna get some wins and we gonna cause some trouble.
Did Tulia declare?
Huh?
Did Tulia declare, or is he coming back to Oklahoma
Maryland.
or Maryland? I said Maryland.
Yeah, Maryland.
It's
yeah, Maryland.
the colors got me. I said Maryland or Oklahoma.
I don't know if it's up to me because of injuries and shit. I know the money sounds good, but I think that boy talented. If he stays healthy, Maryland in the conversation. They're in the top 10.
I mean, yeah, I haven't really heard anything about him. That's why I asked if he declared or not, because I haven't heard anything about him draft wise.
Exactly. I haven't at all, so I'm hoping. I was already expecting for him to come back because
And he could use it.
he needs it.
Yeah.
I mean, for his confidence because he's way much better than what's being showcased.
He could use
That
the
boy
additional year.
That boy bad. I see Lamar coming out that boy.
But see, that's why I asked, is he declaring? Because it almost seems to me like, not to switch sports, but it seems like it could end up being a LaMelo Lonzo situation.
I don't feel he'll get drafted.
You don't think he will?
I think it's
Even after next year?
No, I mean no.
If he comes out this year.
Yeah, if he
Okay, I
comes
see
out
what
this
you're
year, I
saying.
think he'll slip out
I see what you're saying.
unless he became Mr. Irrelevant. Like I feel like he'll slip out.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I mean, he got the talent, but I think he'll get overlooked. I think he'll get overlooked.
I really don't know, and I'm gonna say this, and this is why my immediate thought goes to I don't know. I think the motherfuckers that make the decisions, like on the draft boards and shit for the teams, realize they fucked up with Purdy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Purdy's not, like, I'm not trying to say like he's automatically an all-time great quarterback. Not saying that. But what I am saying is I think that they felt like, they try to squeeze out all the talent they can out of that draft. And right there, they left a few drops in that washcloth.
Okay, Purdy was Iowa State.
Was it State or yeah?
I think it's Iowa State. Okay. It's on the NFL teams. You, especially at a position at the quarterback, you got to analyze the team.
I feel like
look at Iowa State's defense in that conference while Purdy's been there.
I mean, I couldn't tell you too much.
They've been topping besides the Hawkeyes, normal Iowa, the black and gold. Besides them, like, I don't see any other team in that conference being top in defense. They're built. Iowa State was built similar to San Fran. Run heavy, great defense. All you got to do as a quarterback, manage the game. All they did was enhance that.
I also feel like
perfect system, man. Perfect system.
No, right. That's what I was about to say. I also feel like the 49ers are a plug and play system in general.
I mean, you got the perfect coaches for it.
Right.
Quarterback coaches with a defense already.
Right.
That's like any quarterback playing for the Dolphins.
But all that to say, I don't think that they make the same mistake twice. You know what I mean? I think if it comes down to leaving something on the board, I don't think it'll be a quarterback this year because they worried about what happened last year.
You can't pass nothing up no more.
Right, because it looks bad. People are like, you left Purdy up? Like, now they looking like, damn, am I not good at my job now?
You gotta think about the risk that has been taken over the years, though. Like, even Tebow was a flop. Even though he was productive, went to the playoffs one time, did his thing, whatever. Like, that was a flop considering
right.
You're being drafted at that position for at least 10 years to be there, be productive, be the guy.
But
I'm saying that's what they seeing in you at the time.
But he wasn't really that in Florida.
I mean, but you couldn't see him entering the transfer portal in that time and saying, hell, I'm going somewhere else.
I mean, he got the Heisman, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, when I say he wasn't really that in Florida, I wasn't saying like he wasn't an athlete. He just wasn't an exceptional quarterback. He was Mike Allstott with an arm.
Yeah. I mean, as far as, drafting it, you got these big names, Tim Couch, Ryan Leaf.
Right.
Shit like that. You know what I mean? Like that. But then you got a Brock fucking Purdy that's holding up a Mr. Irrelevant that's smiling for the fucking cameras, ending the show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And they still talking about, to this day, they like, he still hadn't been beat.
No.
Even though the 49ers lost to the Eagles in the playoffs, he was out in the first quarter. He hadn't been beat.
You remember they were talking that shit about Tua because he had got hurt in that one game he played that they lost. He was already out. So I feel like, it don't count. That shit do not count. You ain't finished the game. You weren't able to affect the game.
Right. And even if you could, you were out with time left in the first quarter. You're still leaving time on the board for them to do what they do after you.
Yeah.
Even if he could run the score up in that first quarter and get 21, they still got 3 quarters to catch back up without you in the game. And now they legit don't have a quarterback.
Trey Lance lucky that boy hurt.
Well, they both supposed to be back available by the start of the season.
No, I thought Purdy had a setback.
Since the surgery?
But yeah,
and you may be right, because I know Lance was supposed to be back before Purdy. I know that for a fact.
Yeah,
Lance was supposed to be back at the start of training camp. Purdy wasn't going to be back until around week 1.
Correct. And that's what I mean. Like, Trey Lance, you're going to start regardless.
Yeah.
But after that season, unless Trey Lance had an awesome ass preseason with command and the whole 9, that was Purdy's job.
Right.
That was Purdy's job, man.
Right. Nah, I agree with you.
He was gonna fuck him up like Brady.
But I also feel like it's still somewhat open, right? Because, like I was talking to Malk, and I think we was off air when we was talking, I don't know that I'm bought into Purdy yet.
I'm not. But he could damn sure manage the game.
He can damn sure manage the game. I'm not, there. But it's also one of those situations where first year quarterback regardless. Let's see what happens when motherfuckers start checking your tendencies. But motherfuckers got film to see how you can't roll to your left or whatever the case may be. Then it starts getting a little more difficult. So I don't know. I mean, I wish him all the best, you know what I mean? And I'm sure that being the last pick of the draft should have put a chip on your shoulder. And you're on a team where, like, you can get your revenge. So, we'll see.
Yeah, what I'm looking at is he actually had surgery on Friday, and I'll tell you.
This recent Friday?
No.
Oh, okay. I was about to say he had another surgery?
It would have been March 10th is when he finally had the surgery.
Oh, so he didn't get it immediately. Okay.
Yeah, and then automatically they're saying it was a 6-month recovery.
Okay.
For their injury, but they haven't given any specific timeline, which is pretty good. You wait about 30 days. See
right.
But usually, January, they say, automatic 3 months before he can even think about throwing.
Right. And it was in his throwing arm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't want to rush that. You don't want to rush that because if you blow that out again, you're done for.
Yeah.
I hope you can throw left-handed, motherfucker.
You thinking about being able to throw maybe late June, possibly. You talking about feeling, grip, strength, all kind of shit that comes into that.
I'm sure they're going to be doing shit with him in the off season. I'm sure they got him gripping tennis balls 5 times a day and all kinds of...
man. That shit's painful when you got that elbow injury, man. It's painful.
How bad you want it?
Oh, he gonna get it. Shit, you seen how tough it was to get drafted.
If you can say nothing else about him, cuz a fighter. He's a
who
fighter.
the fuck, when it's that long, bro, to the last pick?
Joe Connor was the same way, though.
Nigga, you in the bed sleep. You not even watching no more.
Joe Connor was the same way to Pittsburgh when Juju and them got drafted.
Yeah.
He was Mr. Irrelevant that year, if I'm remembering correctly, and he got a nice contract with Arizona.
Yeah.
So these niggas don't get it right every year.
Never do, man.
Listen.
That's why I love being from a place where our team actually gives undrafted niggas the opportunity.
I like that shit too.
You be like, who the fuck is this nigga just caught the ball? Don't worry about it.
Right.
First down, bitch.
I agree with you. I like that shit too.
I mean, it's all sports. We do it baseball with the Marlins.
But
do it with the Heat.
But it's interesting though, and hear me out, right? because y'all, it's like somebody who, and I know this is going to sound disrespectful to a lot of other places, but it's like somebody who, and no pun intended, lives near water, and it's like somebody who has to travel for it.
Mm-hmm.
Miami, Florida, all them places, that's the number one spot for, athletics of whatever kind. You got all them different Latin cultures down there, so baseball's on lock. You got the fastest black folks down there, so SEC football is on lock. They looking for DBs, wide receivers from y'all.
Yeah.
So when you come up and you're not good enough to make college, you're still competing with some of the best athletes. So there are some number 2s and 3s that can end up being your, not your one, but, a spot on your squad is what I'm getting at. Y'all live at the water. Y'all live by the fountain.
Man, I gotta take y'all to a basketball court down there, man.
Oh, I bet it's wild.
Playing against niggas down there, man. Fuck the Rucker part, man. No disrespect to the New York.
He said, fuck the kids.
But man,
fuck the
bro,
Rucker.
you just go out there anywhere, bro. Niggas out there, boy, defense number 1. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, I bet that too.
You gotta worry about getting a point.
Yeah, I mean, you can't knock Florida. They got an athletic culture all the way around. Yeah, they got an athletic culture all the way around. Even a hockey team's doing all right.
Yeah.
The Panthers, right?
Yeah.
Even the Panthers balling.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
It's a while though. A lot of dog years.
That's crazy though when you really think about it like that.
Shout out Miami Hurricanes, women and men's basketball making the Elite 8.
Yep. I don't know if the men make it past this, or the women make it past this.
I mean, they beat the number 1 seed.
They got I was just looking at it today. They got fuck, who do they have? I was just looking at it on DraftKings or FanDuel.
Got it on my home page on ESPN. I got all my Miami sports at the top. They beat Villanova.
Yeah, who they got next? That's the question.
Saturday. So Sunday you got Miami got LSU, man. LSU bad as hell. Ain't gonna lie about that one.
That's what I was saying. I knew because I was looking at the bets and I was like, yeah, nah, I can't go with Miami on that. I can go with LSU either, but I just couldn't bet on that.
But you got 2 dogs going at it, man. You got Hannah Cavender from Miami. White chick, awesome. Who Malcolm was talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fool.
And then you got man, I'm trying to find her name. Yeah, basketball player for LSU. But she damn good. I'm gonna tell you that. Go out. It's gonna be awesome.
Listen, I almost said something. Let me stop. But yeah, nah, shout them out. Good luck. I wouldn't be mad if they knocked off LSU by no means. I just know that's going to be a very tough game for them.
I ain't gonna lie.
That's going to be a
all
very
the games
tough
tough.
Right. Especially this year.
Because they're actually getting better as they're playing. So it's kind of a shock to the fans themselves that them seeing them come out, control the game, and do what they do.
Right. I'm trying to like I was trying to bullshit and just hold off, topically. until everybody hopped on, but motherfuckers might have to jump in this shit.
Mm-hmm. Get in where you fit in.
But what you know about Aaron Rodgers? I heard that before we do get in there, just to buy a little bit more time. I heard that the Jets trade might be falling through.
I mean, from all the moves being made,
Jets need that though. Like, I'm not saying that specifically, like Aaron Rodgers specifically, but that is what you need. You need a quarterback. Like right now, that's damn near all you're missing. Of course, there are a few holes in the game that you could, tighten up, but the quarterback is the biggest gap on the Jets currently. And if you get an Aaron Rodgers quarterback, I know Les was in the chat talking about he could see the Jets in the Super Bowl if they get AR. And I thought about it, and I guess I could too. Because the contrarian in me was immediately like, hell nah. Even with Aaron Rodgers, hell nah. Like, that's a little too over. That's a big step, you know what I mean? Like, maybe deep in the playoffs, but in the Super Bowl? And then I thought about it like, nah, though. They was still making shit happen with a lot less.
They were. What I will say is,
and I ain't trying to hate on Mike White because I know he ain't the king of New York no more. He the king of South Beach, so y'all got him. But that wasn't a comparison to Aaron Rodgers.
No, not at all.
That's not ankle high.
The one thing I do like about this, because it's gonna happen, you in the right division to come around here bullshit.
Who might?
That's all I'm gonna say. Nah, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, right.
So,
right.
Got something to say about it with their defense, and we damn sure got something to say about it too. Bring your ass to the AFC. That's 4 losses right there.
It depends, though. It's not like the Jets' defense can't stop shit, too.
What they talking about? They're 4 losses next year. Go ahead to the Jets, man. 4 losses, baby. I'm declaring that shit, bro. You ain't
he said I'm
coming to our division with that boy. We hate the Bills. They hate us. And we both got a squad. You ain't coming over here like
so they still got what's his name? Garrett Wilson. They just signed who's the wide receiver they just signed?
Well, they got the trade for Allen Lazard.
What?
Yeah, they signed Allen Lazard.
The Jets?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
The Packers traded Lazard for what? I didn't hear that. That slid below my radar.
Well, I mean, I got it. I don't. Well, you know he's a Jet now.
I did not. That was why. That makes sense though.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was saying he has no. He said, what was his words? He said he has no. He's not worried about the Rodgers trade at the moment. He's basically like, I guess what they were saying was he still feels like it'll get done.
Yeah.
And that makes sense now because I was reading it like, what does he mean by that?
They signed McCole Hartman from Kansas City. And then they signed Allen Lazard to a 4-year, $44 million deal. And traded away Elijah Moore.
Right, gotcha.
But you got to think about
then that's
Garrett
was
Wilson.
I thinking then maybe wait. Was Lazard the only wide receiver they got?
No, they got McCole Hartman as well.
Okay, that may be who I'm thinking of then. Because I didn't know about Lazard. I'm not going to stunt nothing about that. I didn't know they had Lazard. But I knew they picked up another wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And then
they're gonna fuck this draft.
That's tough. A Lazard-Wilson combo is very fucking tough.
Ain't worry about it.
Man, that's tough. Either way you cut it, that's tough.
Hey, watch this. Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Howard.
No, that's very tough. Nah, you listen. I know you was waiting on a reaction out of me, and that's very tough. I much rather that combination than Garrett Wilson and Allen Lazard. But either way, they're gonna work you when y'all play. Oh, they're gonna work you when y'all play. I don't mean like work you, like beat you, but y'all are gonna be winded. Y'all gonna have to work to. Man, they gonna work you.
Well, don't forget about Javon Holland at safety. So just saying, he was a rookie last year. Pro Bowl.
You sure who?
Javon Holland.
Javon Holland at safety. He was on there last year though.
Yep, made big noise.
He did. Is that the guy though?
Well, you got Nick Needham coming back. He was hurt.
That's.
We got something for everything right now defensively.
That's interesting. I'm not gonna stunt you. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Let me find out. Miami trying to tighten up. If I was you, I would be happy coming into this year.
I feel awesome, man.
Because your offense is still very strong. And then what y'all doing on defense, too, is kind of like, damn, like, what's the Dolphins rating going to be on Madden next year?
But, like, and I know a lot of people made us think about Gesicki going over to New England. And
I like Gesicki, too.
But we didn't lose any production to be perfect.
I understand what you're saying.
I mean, he made plays,
but
Gesicki, but
it wasn't like no consistent, like.
It's not like he was big in the block.
It's not like your George Kittle or Travis Kelce production game in, game out. And even George, he usually gets it in off of the ball.
But there's not too many times where we're running the ball and you got Gesicki out there and they're like, oh yeah, they're running to his side. That's what I mean.
Wait. What'd you say?
As far as a blocking tight end,
Right. He's not that, is what you're saying.
No, not in mine.
I mean, he makes some catches though.
All right, he makes some great tough catches.
But see, that's why I like Kittle though, because he makes the tough catches, but he's blocking is immaculate. He's gonna make that extra effort for, you know what I'm saying?
If you say chip, he gonna make shit. He chip.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like all that.
I was talking to Malk off air too. He was on the game. I don't think he was on. And I was telling him I was listening to the Theo Von podcast. You know who Theo Von is?
Mm-hmm.
White dude with the mullet, the comedian. I fucks with him. He funny as fuck. But he had George Kittle on, and one of his questions to him while he was interviewing him was, since Brock Purdy and Trey Lance are both injured at the moment, does he think it would be beneficial to go for a quarterback? And George Kittle was like, of course. Like you saw what happened last year. We lost because we didn't have a quarterback. And he was like, so, this is Theo Von talking. He like, so what you think the likelihood is of getting Brady to come out of retirement and come home? And remember, I was saying that from the jump. If Brady want to go somewhere, go to San Francisco.
Yeah.
And Kittle was like, I don't know. I never thought about it. But I might have to make some text messages. And I was like, I would listen. I think you should. Because it's set up for if somebody walks into that position, you know what I mean, of high caliber.
Hell yeah.
If Purdy's doing that, then somebody of high caliber stepping into that position, It's raps.
Somebody with some veteran common sense.
Right. It's raps. It's raps. That's tough.
Like you literally only have to make sure your O line is strong.
And they haven't had too many issues with their O line out there.
Nah, most of them.
Everybody's gonna have issues, but they haven't had too many.
They get some pressure. Everybody get pressure, but
right.
Most of their faults, aka sacks, have been from, aka Trey Lance or Garoppolo or fucking Purdy holding the ball too long.
I agree.
And that's it.
Not really Purdy. Purdy doesn't so much. Purdy's probably the quickest out the gate.
He
out of the three, I'll say.
It take him maybe once or twice a game.
Yeah. He's the quickest one to get it out of the three, and I like that. And that may be to his benefit as well. That's probably why he's succeeding.
Yeah, Garoppolo strikes me as more of a Brady in the pocket, where he's like
wants to see shit develop before he commits to it.
Well, I mean, even if you see that motherfucker coming, it's like, no, I'm gonna get it there. Instead of getting out of there, I'm gonna get it there.
Okay, I'm following.
Yeah.
Because I was almost about to say, don't play my nigga Tom like that.
The problem Tua had before last season.
I think he still might have it.
Well, yeah.
He's starting to get it out faster, but I do think he still holds the ball a little too long.
In the games he's been physically affected, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He been reverting back, but I like seeing that he's getting away from that.
Right. No, it's clear. He made some strides this year.
Yeah. Even towards the end of the year when he started running out, I was like, oh yeah.
He's made some strides this year. I can't hate on him. I did not, and I was at the beginning of the year. I said I didn't think that Tua would be able to hit Hill and Waddle the way they need to be hit,
but he did it in the national championship game. That's why I don't understand. When he couldn't get it out or couldn't throw that bomb, he took off.
Right.
He took off.
Maybe he's scary. Maybe all the talk of the undersized shit that they was putting in his ear scared him to the point that he's like, this is the NFL. My little ass don't need to be behind that line or past that line.
That's why Mike McDaniel is good for the NFL.
Why you say that? And I don't disagree, but why do you say that?
Everybody that plays for that man right now that's in that locker room, bro.
Seem like they like him.
They want to go out and go hard.
Even Jalen Ramsey said, y'all like him a lot. He's just weird.
Yeah. But you got a bunch of weird motherfuckers that love the game.
Right.
And they love to win, too.
That's a good thing. That's a good... I'm not going to act like...
We ain't had that in forever, bro. We ain't had it in forever, bro.
Goodness fucking gracious.
We ain't had it in forever. And your Raiders got Garoppolo.
Right, that's what I was talking about.
But you lose Darren Waller.
You said what?
I said, but you lose Darren Waller.
I'm not worried about that because I figured we would get rid of Waller this year anyway.
Okay. Tired of the injuries.
Right.
I understand.
Because it's not like you Anthony Davis.
I'm trying to figure out why y'all didn't go get this.
Why we didn't get who? Gesicki? That would have been I do think that would have been a good replacement.
I think y'all trust in the draft, and then I think did you guys sign a tight end?
Yeah, we did. Who did we sign? Okay, nobody. I wrote it down, but I got it right here. Hold on.
Yeah, I remember.
I do believe we did. What the fuck?
Ever since I talked about the Dolphins, I like one.
Ever since you talked about, you said what?
I said ever since been talking good about the Dolphins, my light want to go out.
On your computer?
No, I'll tell you, my lamp.
What in the fuck did? Oh, I see what's going on here.
Oh, USB lamp.
There it is. Okay. Um, tight end. I could have swore I saw one. Oh, Jesper Horsted. Oh, he was our. I think he was our 3 last year. Austin Hooper.
We got a Raider.
Uh huh.
I mean a Bronco.
Was he on the Broncos? Let me see. Tight ends. Or Titans. I said tight end.
That's
Titans.
who it was. Yeah, he came
Yeah.
from the Titans. That's right. That's right. Yeah. I mean, I think that'll be good for y'all. I think with the O line y'all had and where Darren Waller was trying to go, it didn't get a time for it.
He said, wait, say that again?
Because Darren Waller was a big play guy, right?
Uh huh.
So I'm thinking like the offensive line without him blocking wasn't, you know,
Yeah, nah, he wasn't really.
it wasn't. It didn't mesh up
Right.
because you didn't have another big time tight end that could sit back and catch them chips or you know.
Well, that was what Jacobs was for. That was what Jacobs is for. Here's the they franchise tagged him.
You can't risk it with Jacob.
Can't risk what the pass.
Motherfucker fuck around and get hurt.
I mean, but the screen. That's what I'm saying. The screen, the little leak out, all that's usually there for him.
Yeah, those will be there for him, but I mean, as far as the extra protection,
And you know, Garoppolo. I don't think Waller provides too much extra protection.
no.
Nah, I don't. I think he's a block and release tight end, and he's not gonna focus on that block before he releases. He's worried about his route afterwards to get open, as he should in the way that we play. But yeah, no, I don't think we lost too much on the blocking side of things. He was a very big tight end to not be a heavy blocker.
Yeah, to me, he's one of them guys that should be slid into that
He's an in between.
secondary tight end / slot.
Exactly. He's like a who's the dude, the Christian for the Jags.
Oh, Kirk.
Christian Kirk, right? They don't even want to give him a new contract because he's trying to slide over to the wide receiver spot, and they'll have to pay him more.
Well, Kirk is a receiver.
Nah, he's a tight end, and they will not let. And that's the thing. Jags won't let him.
I think somebody else on that one.
Let me see. Let me see. Nah, that can't be. It can't be. I can't be thinking anybody.
Christian Kirk was the wide receiver that got signed last offseason with the Jacksonville Jaguars coming over from Arizona.
Oh, no, that's not who I'm thinking of. Yeah, I see. What the fuck is his name? What the fuck is
Evan
Ingram? Evan Ingram. Where do my mind be at?
Yeah. I knew who it was, but yeah, I know exactly what you mean now.
Man, god damn. But yeah, nah, like they're in-betweeners. Like, we want you at tight end because we can pay you less than your size.
Yeah.
But you really should be a wide receiver.
Yeah. Well, that takes you back to like that Travis Kelce.
Exactly. And Christian, I said Christian again. George Kittle was talking about that on the Theo Von podcast, talking about Travis Kelce's a perfect example. You know how much more they'd have to pay him if he was a wide receiver as opposed to tight end?
But let's keep it all the way 100, man. Ever since, there's no Tony Gonzalez anymore.
He was a bad man. Hated him.
The play at tight end is becoming a standard.
Didn't hate him. Let me take that back. But he was on our rival Kansas City for the Raiders, and he used to mop us every fucking game. It used to piss me off. Tony Gonzalez. We would be in the lead, and Tony Gonzalez would take off.
But these days, I mean, you have to be a Austin Hooper, a Travis Kelce, a George Kittle, a fucking Mike Gesicki, Evan Ingram. You have to be these type of players now. It's becoming a standard. So now, I feel like when the CBA comes up again, that's something that needs to be talked about as far as price-wise.
Yeah. Because I don't see any reason why if your tight end is the most productive receiver on your team that he should be paid less just because of the position that he's in.
Man, look at what Kansas City did.
That's weird.
Look at what Kansas City just did. Your number one was the tight end. Let's keep it 100. Your number one receiver was the tight end.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So why they don't deserve the money? They just won a fucking Super Bowl. They just proved it. Your number one receiver is in Miami now.
Right.
You took a Kadarius Toney who they tried to fucking make look like something he wasn't.
Right.
And he showed the fuck up, did his thing.
Listen, I be telling motherfuckers.
You know what I'm saying, man?
I be trying to tell motherfuckers when I see talent. That's a talented motherfucker, regardless of what motherfuckers try to say. He's talented.
You don't want Evan Ingram to change his position?
I mean,
pay them boys more money.
Right. Agreed. Because I was just about to say, I really wouldn't want him to change his position. I would want him at the tight end.
Yeah. You don't want them to set a standard with fully guaranteed will get a player something. Get a tight end the money.
I agree.
I think Lamar be happy with that.
Lamar be happy with what?
Tight ends getting their money.
I don't think Lamar would have a problem with motherfuckers getting their money. I just think he wants his.
I'm saying, maybe this year you don't set a precedent. Maybe you don't get what you want. But if the tight ends get a win.
Oh, you think he'd be happy with that? I don't know about that.
Your number one, a tight end.
That nigga deserves paid, man.
Yeah, he deserves his money, but your number one is a tight end.
And not only does he deserve paid, he has deserved paid for a while now.
Oh man.
So to wait another year is like what?
When he got MVP that offseason, they should have said fuck it, extension.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever this contract over with, extension.
Right. I agree.
That's how that shit should have went.
I agree.
Come on, bro. That's how I feel. Y'all around here want to play these games now.
Yeah, they real life dicking him around. Like, real life dicking him around.
It's stupid, but the next time he go on the field, all your plays is called is built for him.
I wouldn't. I'm not suiting up for the Ravens again.
Exactly.
Try to Deshaun Watson me. I ain't been getting no massages, motherfucker. So what's my story gonna be?
For real. Doing shit in the community, doing shit back home.
Listen.
Get the fuck out of here.
And y'all pay, what's the name who y'all just got, the linebacker that they had just got?
Roquan.
Yeah. Y'all pay him first? And he didn't even put in a full season?
And representing himself, might I add.
That's weird,
Shit
man.
crazy as fuck. Cause of the position he plays, they know he's only gonna demand so much, but
Right.
he's worth it. So let's pay that nigga.
Goes back to the tight end shit.
Yeah. Go back to the tight end shit, bro.
Right. That's and you know that's the number one paid position in the league is quarterback.
And then, but it's the Ravens. Nigga, you play defense, I pay you first. Come here, get your money.
But there is no defense without Lamar.
It's like Jerry Jones paying Zeke before paying Dak. Jerry Jones always gonna pay the running back.
But that's different though, right? Because Zeke had at least put a whole season in with the Cowboys. Roquan Smith just came over, brand new to his purple.
But I mean, every team is different. But I'm saying like that's just a comparison. Like
I just feel like
that's constructed in their history. That's the same. That's the same to me. Like Baltimore is always gonna pay their defense.
I just feel like that's not even a smack in the face. That's a spit.
Play for the Ravens,
you spit in my face,
nigga. If you play for the Ravens, bro, and you play defense, you gonna get a check regardless, bro. As long as you're productive on the field.
I agree with that though, and I appreciate a team that is more geared towards defense. I appreciate that, but you also have to recognize what this man has done for y'all for the past. The defense would have to be on the field 24/7 if Lamar wasn't out there.
You can't go to any position on their offense and say one of these are in the tops of highest paid. You cannot.
No, you're right. You're right.
You don't even put nobody on the field.
Not even a tackle. Not even an offensive lineman. No. You're right.
No.
You're right.
Not at all.
That's a good point.
Y'all niggas don't put no dollars. No dollars. So why you don't deserve his money? Because y'all been getting wins. When that boy play, y'all win. Y'all get touchdowns. Y'all get yards. Y'all sell merchandise.
Listen.
Y'all sell tickets. Sell out.
He gotta go. He gotta go. He gotta go.
I told you, he a Florida boy. He ain't gonna say much.
Is he? Okay. Lamar Jackson from Florida? Mm-hmm. That explains a lot.
He ain't gonna say much. You got a problem? He ain't gonna say much, man. What?
I didn't know he was from Florida. That says a lot. Listen.
Ain't no reason to say much.
That goes back to what I was talking about with the motherfucking y'all at the water. Y'all stay by the water. Y'all stay by the shit everybody needs. The athletes. They wash up onto y'all shore. Other motherfuckers gotta travel to go get them. Look at Urban Meyer. Left Florida, went to Ohio State, and went straight back down to Florida. Like, where's the athletes at? I got some spots for y'all up north.
Lamar Jackson, Pompano Beach, Florida.
I think I did know that.
Yep.
I think I did know that.
But you heard the latest news, though, about the NFL coming out with their statement and everything like that?
About what?
About no, pretty much, they were saying that the off season took another unexpected turn with the distribution of a league-wide memo and the involvement of a business partner on fitness equipment named Ken France.
What does that even mean?
On Thursday, the NFL sent out a memo to all the clubs notifying them that a person not certified by the NFLPA might be attempting to persuade team personnel to enter into contract negotiations with Jackson, who received the non-exclusive franchise tag. Under league rules, teams can speak only with Jackson because he doesn't have an agent.
So he sent a splinter cell into other teams to be like, yeah, look, check Jackson out.
Yeah, what they're saying is this guy, Ken Francis, who is not a certified agent,
Oh, okay. I
might be
see now.
might be contacting teams regarding Lamar.
So the fuck what?
Yeah. But me personally, even though Lamar says he's representing himself, obviously he still has a team. So if this team is the point man to say, hey, contact these teams to see what they say, what is the problem with him getting on the phone with these phone numbers he got, saying, hey, Lamar told me to do this. If that was the case, I'm just saying.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But they're saying, no, you're not certified by the union to do this business. So they're keeping that all to Lamar, which, okay, if you want to pull that card, pull that card. Well, Baltimore, tell that man how you really feel, man. If you don't want to talk to nobody but Lamar, since he don't got an agent, tell him how you feel so y'all can work that shit out. I'll let that man go.
They don't have to if I'm Lamar Jackson, they don't have to tell me how they feel. They've been showing me.
Exactly.
You been showing me.
Even the coach. No disrespect to Harbaugh, but you show it too. You show that shit too, bro. Because you should be on that advocating for that man. For that man. What coach you know that doesn't? That has a top quarterback.
Right.
What coach you don't know that ain't in the media talking big shit?
Right.
My quarterback, the best fucking quarterback.
Arian did for Brady. Reed did for Mahomes.
Brady respected Belichick, but Belichick praised Brady.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, he a different animal when it comes to that, but at the end he knew. That's for my win. That's my win. And I ain't talking about what we blow. I'm talking about WI. Brady was Belichick winning.
Now, fuck it. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Jimmy G to the Raiders. 3-year, $72.75 million. 24.25 guaranteed. Cheap enough. It's not, extremely expensive. Do you consider it an upgrade or a downgrade from Carr? And it is.
I just feel like y'all searching.
Well, you feel like we searching?
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? And I'll for number one say, even though I don't like Carr, I consider this to be somewhat of a downgrade. And the only reason why I say that, because I'm not saying that if I put both of the quarterbacks side by side, right? Side by side, I might edge Jimmy. But Carr is a guy that's been in that situation for years. He's the same as the guy you're looking at. Only difference is he already has established a relationship with the current players.
But that's not what the Raiders are looking at.
What you think they're looking at?
They're looking at the fact that Jimmy knows how to get to the game.
But see, that's also coming from a team, a plug and play, like we said before. The only reason why Jimmy is gone from San Fran is because Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick of the draft, showed up and took his spot. So, essentially, why would you...
I want to say that.
If they thought that they had... Listen, these niggas...
Trey Lance weak ass took Jimmy's spot.
And that could be the case as well, but my whole thing is... They have no veteran quarterback there. No veteran leadership from the quarterback's position.
None.
Right. So you would throw away the only veteran leadership that you had to go with a rookie and a sophomore, or that was the second year, yeah.
I can't disrespect the Shanahan, so.
I mean, of course, I think they got something up their sleeve. And let's be honest, you got a rookie and a sophomore quarterback. You're not paying neither one of them nothing, so you have enough to go out there and get somebody else on top of that.
Man, look, before I got in the position I'm in now, working every day, shit like that, like, where I'm at now compared to where I was.
Right.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Like I said then, like these motherfuckers want a robot. These motherfuckers want a robot, bro.
But only certain teams are built to insert one.
But what you want better in leadership for when you want a robot? You don't want this nigga telling your robot what to do. Certain niggas strike me that way in the NFL. I'm gonna just put it that way. They don't see you as a human being, a player, or anything like that.
No,
I got these two young stud robots that do what I tell them to do.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I don't have any problem with saying that.
Jimmy in the way.
I don't think that Trey Lance is a robot, though.
I can't tell no difference. But we can't tell nothing right now because the motherfucker act like he can't play. So, just say. Nah, well, last year he got a serious injury.
Right.
Before that, though, like, Jimmy should have been out the way as that's your quarterback.
But I think they did that on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they were the ones that was like, nah, we gonna play Jimmy and let Trey sit.
But you can't tell me you didn't see Jimmy as a disruption last year.
Of, like, their quarterback situation?
Yeah.
Definitely, because I didn't think he had a place there.
He didn't. Didn't at all.
I don't think he had a place there that last year. And don't get me wrong, he made it to the NFC Championship, but you lost it. And I thought John Lynch came over there and was whispering in his ear like, bro, that was your last go-round. And mysteriously, he ended up back on the team at the start of the following year. And then that's what you're saying, the disruption, of course, because you weren't supposed to be there.
He got that restructured contract only because they couldn't get the trade value they wanted for him. I mean, you can't blame him.
Right.
You went through the Kaepernick phase, then you brought him in, and you still were going to NFC championships. You were still making the Super Bowl.
I agree 1,000% with that.
So they ain't no telling. They know what they were asking for that man. They ain't get what they want, so they got with him.
But leave it to the Raiders to give it to him.
Yeah, I don't think in this day and age of salary cap, the way it changed, that's not big. That's enough.
It's not a lot. It's not hella, but
that's enough to put up with what you took on.
That's enough to put up with.
Like maybe those deciding moments in the games you need, he turns it into a plus instead of a negative.
I would go now. That's where I would give Jimmy the plus.
Mm-hmm.
I would trust that Jimmy would make the better decision than Carr did.
Let's think about it. What, Carr was there? 8-9 years?
Yeah, I think 9.
He was in a lot of moments, even Dolphin games. I remember he was in a lot of moments where it didn't work out. And
you can't always blame that on the fact that the coaches changed and you're the nigga on the field, G. You're the one that makes the decision.
You have to, as a player, you develop we were talking about that shit earlier when we were talking about the women's basketball. Earlier, not on the podcast, but
okay.
Like when I said marketability,
right?
You have to still create an identity for yourself. You still have to play a role. You have to be a certain type player. Which one are you gonna be?
Right. Yeah.
Jimmy is the one that can get you there, but can't get you there.
And that's why I think it's a bad move, right? Is because the Raiders, historically have needed someone to get them over the hump, not someone that can get them there.
Well, maybe it's a move that helps you identify yourself as an actual Vegas Raider and not an Oakland Raider. Number one.
Why? Because the Chicken Ranch then gave him free passes for the.
Nah, because whatever y'all doing ain't working, so you need to create a new coach.
That's why I think we need to go with a young quarterback, and I did see, and we'll get to it later in the.
Well, Jimmy will help you find that. I think this is a season for you having a quarterback that can manage the game, that can at times get you win, and while you configuring giving the GM opportunity not to get fired and put some good players on the field around. I'm just saying, bro, because you got to work on defense too.
I mean, they that's what they've been. Listen, they've been hauling on defense. I will say that.
You got to come together though. You got to come together.
I will say that.
The defense can't do it early on, and then your offense ain't clicking. So now the defense tired as hell. Like fuck it. Like you got to build.
So we'll get into that. We'll get into the Raiders' defensive moves and shit. But first, I need 2 seconds to use the bathroom, so I would like for you to tell me, or tell the shower heads, Derek Carr to the New Orleans Saints. 4 years, 150 with $100 million guaranteed. So to me, that tells me that the people that are watching feel strongly they're going to put the better odds on Carr than Garoppolo in general.
Yeah. And it's all in the weapons.
I agree.
It's all in the weapons.
But I would say that Garoppolo's coming into better weapons.
Better weapon.
Nah, now we getting into it. We just got Jacoby Myers.
Tomato.
We still got Renfro. We ain't done nothing with him. I think that they could use him as trade bait. I don't think that they plan on keeping him though.
That would have to be an offseason. That would have to be an in-season move. So he would still have to get on the field.
Right.
Do his thing. Yeah.
He gonna have to.
He got to build up some eyes. If you truly don't want him, let him ball out. Get rid of him.
Hunter.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets hurt too much for me.
But you better find that receiver in that draft. You're gonna do it.
I don't know what else they have.
Ain't got to be an early pick, but you better find one.
Do they have 2 firsts? I know they got 6. But I don't know if they have another first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I could talk about Derek Carr.
Yeah, give me 60 seconds. You think he worth the 150?
Yeah, I give him all the reasons why.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we're talking about a guy in Alvin Kamara, big time, big boss, backup man. Mark Ingram's still there. So, the run game is cool. Run games is tight. Offense always going to provide protection. You've been dealing with a short quarterback in Drew Brees all the years. Ain't much been changed. Yeah, they get pressure, but it's also holding the ball too long. That's another reason why Jameis Winston is not in the lineup. So, Derek Carr, he does get it out quick. Does he make good decisions? No. But hopefully with a guy in Jarvis Landry, Keith Kirkwood, Chris Olave. Come on, man. Traquan Smith. And not the big dog, Michael Thomas, coming back healthy. Man, you got these boys out here. You got weapons. You just need a quarterback. Defense is stellar. You know what I'm saying? We talked about the Brock Purdy, the 49ers. Brock Purdy is only successful because the 49ers defense can hold up, stand up, put that wall up, let you get right. And New Orleans is looking at the same. You got the Saints, man. Big time Saints. They gonna play some defense. It's gonna shut her down. And once again, you got the weapons, and I'll start from the top. Michael Thomas, big dog. Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed. Y'all ain't hear him. Y'all gonna learn about that boy. Jarvis Landry and Keith Kirkwood. But listen to them boys. Big time. Big time. And let's not forget the Swiss Army knife, Taysom Hill. Gonna be there. He gonna be there. Derek Carr, you need a breather? I got you. Long drive, whatever. I'll run a nigga over real quick. Let's go. Big time, boy.
Man, I think you giving too much credit. I think you trying to slide too much credit. First of all, Michael Thomas, too much credit.
Alvin Kamara?
No, he gets all the credit. He gets credit.
Backup Mark Ingram? The only time Mark Ingram plays good is with Kamara?
Yeah, Kamara gets credit. Ingram don't, but
Chris Olave?
Olave gets credit.
Jarvis Landry?
No credit.
No?
Not yet. No. I'm not saying that you don't deserve it. I'm just saying that you don't deserve it on New Orleans. You haven't done shit in New Orleans. You were hurt more than half of the time you were there.
Okay, well, Jarvis, I tried to advocate.
Right. No, I'm not saying that Jarvis isn't a good wide receiver, but...
Hometown guy? Coming back healthy?
Is Jarvis a hometown guy?
Yes, he is. He's from Louisiana.
What did Tyrann Mathieu do last year? He a hometown guy. Right. He looked
still good.
It was good, but he looked a lot better in KC than he did in New Orleans. That's a fact, Jack.
Hey, the defense was still good.
It was good though, and sometimes that's all you need is just a piece to put in place to hold everything together, and that's what I think he was.
Sometimes you can't stand out. You gotta.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was a Minka. Okay, I'll bring it up the year the Dolphins traded Minka in season to Pittsburgh. And he had his flashes just like with the Dolphins, but he wasn't really a standout.
Right.
But the next year, he fucking came on and, you know, in Roethlisberger last season and showed the fuck out. So, you know, that's a kind of a comparison there. So.
No, I think that's a good comparison. I think that Tyrann Mathieu doesn't deserve a Minka Fitzpatrick comparison, but how
this
you
year,
were
he better.
Right, how you were the explanation you gave made perfect sense, is what I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
But you're absolutely correct. He better show something.
Yeah, you stepping into a defensive locker room, you can't just come out there like I'm the dog, like nigga. No, when that linebacker give the call and say you be right here, you been in that room over here.
Right. But you know how it is though, like it's situational, right? Because you could go into a situation and want to do so well, and it just doesn't seem to click for you. And that's not to say that that's going to last forever. You know, eventually I feel like you catch your flow. So I'm hoping that first season was him trying to get into because those are two very different teams, and I'm sure the defenses are different as well.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not like ready to write him off or nothing, but
like KC is not New Orleans is a defensive locker room,
right?
You know what I mean? Like Breeze is gone, Peyton is gone. That's a defensive locker room.
I agree. What's the offensive think about it. What's the offensive locker room? Alvin Kamara?
That's it.
Right.
Michael Thomas wasn't there.
Right. Jameis Winston, but he wasn't there half the time. Taysom Hill.
You got to think about it. Winston was healthy last year, still sitting on the sideline.
Well, I think that wasn't his fault though. Well, I don't mean it wasn't his fault because it was his fault. But I mean, like, that wasn't his choice. Like, you know, he didn't want to be sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah.
The coaches was like, we're not confident yet.
I wouldn't have stayed there, man. I would have fucking signed a deal with the fucking Texans or some dumbass shit.
Who, Jameis? I don't know if he's able to do that though, just because think about his career thus far. Like, he didn't do bad in Tampa Bay, especially for being a rookie getting tossed into that situation. But he didn't do good either, right? And now he got traded to New Orleans, and motherfuckers was expecting him to do better. And he did at first, when he first got there. He did. Then he got hurt, and when he came back, he didn't come back with the same number that he started with.
But that was with Sean, man. But I think Sean...
That was with Sean.
And I think...
Was that with Sean?
Yeah.
That was his last year?
Yeah. Jameis' first year starting for the Saints was Sean's
his last year, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think with Jameis, man, he's one of those guys where you got to constantly tell him over and over and over again because,
I agree.
Like, you know what I mean?
I agree. Allegedly, of course, but I understand what you're saying.
Check down, motherfucker.
Right.
Check the fuck all these weapons I got. Check the
he
fuck
does
down.
he gives me that vibe as well.
Yeah. And so, that's irritating.
He trying to gun it every time he got a man down the field, and Olave is going to be down the field every time. So you can't gun it to him every time you see him.
And before Jameis got hurt, man, you could see it. Like later on in the season, the Saints were looking kind of fucking like they were looking a little mean, like they might beat you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just gonna say the plays he was making, where he slung it, they were being completed.
Well, yeah, he has that arm, and that's what I was about to say. Jameis isn't an incapable quarterback, but he also kind of gives me early, like before he's the first Haskins. Like, he gives me Haskins vibes, where your decision making isn't the best. You got all the talent to do it, but the decisions you're making, come on, G, why would you throw that? That's what I get from Winston. And unless you get with like a true quarterback coach situation, I was about to say, like, it's ignorant for me to say it, and I know Mark would be upset if I did. But the Eagles would be the perfect place for a Jameis.
Yeah.
You're not going to start. No, sir, you're not. But you got to understand, we just promoted our quarterback coach to offensive coordinator. You feel me? Yeah. So our quarterback coach was doing enough to get promoted to OC, so that means that the next OC we get, you're kind of in for double. You got a new quarterback coach and a quarterback coach who's the OC. You feel what I'm saying? So you can get help both areas, from the play calls to the actual training. But yeah, other than that, I don't know how long he stays in New Orleans coming into this 23 draft. There are so many quarterbacks, it doesn't make sense. But what are you saying?
All you could do is trade them. All you could do is find somebody to trade them. I mentioned the Texans. Like, the Texans look like they're going for something in the draft, obviously.
They have to. They don't have a choice.
A Bryce Young. A Jameis can be used over there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no. I agree. Yeah.
Not sitting behind a Derek Carr.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
Learn it behind a Derek. Not like you bullshit.
But at the same time,
come on.
At the same time, I can see that being exactly what Jameis needs. Sitting behind a Derek Carr.
I think Jameis had enough sitting behind Breed.
Right,
he just had to be healthy.
See, but that's why I say I can see it being good, is because Derek Carr is catchable to Winston. Winston can walk him down. So if he's sitting behind a
Okay,
guy that he
okay.
feels like he's
Yeah.
better than, now I really have to buckle down and show you he's not shit. I got him. I gotta study the playbook. I gotta come to meetings early. I gotta hit the weight room. And it seems like all the things that he's not devoted to do. Like you almost put a chip on his shoulder by making him sit behind a car. Like, I know I'm better. I just haven't showed y'all yet. So let me work enough to show y'all.
Bro.
That's the only way I see him getting better. Otherwise, like I said, ship him to the Eagles. But you can't, because the Eagles have just come to terms with Marcus Mariota. Yeah, Marcus Mariota is supposed to be going to the Eagles. They haven't finalized it, but they've both agreed to terms. So it seems like that's about to be the next move.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's very scary. A Mariota Jalen Hurts combo.
I use him just because he on the squad. Jalen don't even have to be hurt.
But then think about that though. A Jalen Hurts Marcus Mariota combo, you don't even have to change the playbook.
No.
For either quarterback. Nothing changes.
No.
Same situation. If you need to take off, you take off. And he's gonna take off.
Wasn't it Jalen? Did Jalen catch a pass last year?
I believe so.
That's what I'm saying.
I believe he got a little dump off touchdown from was it Gainwell?
Hell, it was Gainwell. It had to be Gainwell because Gainwell had the kick return and all that shit in one game.
I want to say it was Gainwell that threw it. It was like a sweep type thing or a screen, and Jalen ran in. And I know you're right. I know he did catch one, but I can't remember who it was from. But I want to say Gainwell. It was either Gainwell or Sanders, but I'm damn near 90% Gainwell.
Fucking scary, man. Scary. That's why I mentioned the Taysom Hill, Derek Carr.
I see where you getting at now. Now that's even scarier though. Mariota Hurts.
Exactly.
That's scary.
Yes.
That's almost as scary as Xavier Howard Jalen Ramsey situation.
We know
even
Jalen
though
can
they
run the
can't,
football.
right? Even though they can't be on the field at the same time, Mariota can run just as, you know what I'm saying? Not like Hurts, of course, but he's probably not a whole grade like A+ to B+, but he's probably, if Jalen Hurts is A+, he's probably he's probably a B+. I ain't gonna stunt.
And that's where football becomes basketball.
Yeah, I ain't gonna stunt.
If you're able to master that position to where you're getting productive, fresh legs at a moment when everybody's on the field tired, like offense and defense, you know what I mean?
Right.
And
That's
a
tough.
just coming in, you just like.
And now Mariota coming in.
Yeah.
And I think Mariota's underrated.
He is. You saw what he did in Atlanta.
Yeah, I think he's underrated.
You had a Kyle Pitts that couldn't stay on the field, couldn't stay healthy. Calvin Ridley fucking suspended.
And that was the issue. He didn't get a hold of Drake London until the end of the season.
Yeah.
He didn't figure Drake London's routes out until the end of the season. They
both were rookies, Kyle Pitts and Drake London. Both new guys to the league.
Well, that was Pitt's second year, wasn't it? That was Pitt's second year. Yeah. Pitts came out last year with Panay and all them.
But
because they passed on Panay to get Pitts.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah, they tried Mariota. I think he did above expectations.
We should have never let him go in Oakland. We should have never let him go in Oakland. We'd never be in a position where we would need to get Garoppolo, and you never
make that deal.
You can still ship Mariota off, even if he's not doing enough. And, like, there was no reason for us to come to this circle.
You never make that deal. You got him, and then who's the quarterback you had behind him? Stidham?
Yep. Well, yeah, it was Stidham. Wait, no. No, Stidham came after Mariota left. Because Josh McDaniels wasn't the coach when Mariota was there.
Okay.
And then they brought.
Well, I mean, even if y'all still make that move, you have Derek Carr, Mariota, and drafting Jarrett Stidham. You know what I mean? You can still have Stidham running the practice squad. You're not going to put him on the active roster.
I still don't see that being a live quarterback core.
But then you trade Derek Carr off and you bump up Mariota. You know what I mean?
That would have taken.
You do what you want to do with the back.
I agree with that, that would have been my move. But at the same time, I think to myself, if I'm the guy, right, in that position that's making 6 figures a year, and I mean high sixes, not low sixes, do I risk my career to say get rid of Carr and take Mariota? I don't think I do. I think I keep the safe route and say no, stick with Carr. Fuck Mariota. I mean, even though now as a fan, even though now as a fan, I'm like, nah, play Mariota. If I'm in that position with my money on the line, I'm going to safe bet.
He gives you a different offensive identity.
He does. Now that you're absolutely correct. I just don't know if that's enough for me to put my career on the line.
But the offense is what has hurt you guys, to be honest with you.
You're right.
Closing moments.
That's why they brought McDaniels in.
Yeah.
And OC of the Patriots. Let's get him in here and get the offense going. And
I guess they thought that would help with Derek Carr sitting in the pocket thing.
We was better off with the special teams coach. The interim joint. We was better off with him.
Wasn't that bad when he didn't get fucking hired?
Yeah, that was weird to me. I was kind of bummed out as a Raider when I was like, well, why would you give him a shot? Look what he did. Nobody's done it since.
Yeah.
Weird shit, man. They always make weird decisions, and that's another reason. So let's speed it up, because my pops is bullshitting. I already texted him. He ain't on that. Talking about Zoom ain't working. Nigga, nah, Zoom is working. You don't know how to work Zoom. That's what's going on. That's what's going on here. But I love you. We'll get you next time, because we about to get the Saturdays back popping. But
oh yeah.
Yeah, and we got to, because a lot of shit's going on. But Raiders, just to run them down, I just want to run them down. Of course, we got Jacoby Myers, New England wide receiver. We got Brandon Faison, Chargers cornerback. Mm-hmm. We got Marcus Epps, Philly safety, which is a great pick. We got Robert Spillane, Pittsburgh linebacker, who was definitely making noise last year. We got Jaquan Johnson, Buffalo safety, on a 1 year. And we got Duke Shelley, Minnesota's cornerback, because they didn't want to pay him. So they're stacking up on their defense. I can't say that the Raiders aren't making moves. My biggest concern is Garoppolo the quarterback that's going to take you there? You think that?
Well, I mean, do you have the right guys that you want to pair with Devontae?
And that's another thing. That's what I'm waiting to hear. I'm glad you said that because I'm waiting to hear what Devontae has to say. If Devontae comes out and is like, yeah, Jimmy's a cool nigga, I fuck with him. Like, yeah, we've been rocking. That gives me a little bit more confidence. But we know Jimmy to be a dink and dunk quarterback. That's not how Adams rocks.
He's out. He's more out there with Hunter.
Right. Keep Hunter. That's why
Josh,
you got.
Who's the other guy you guys have? Not Josh at running back.
Abdul. Not Abdul, right? Abdullah. What is his name? Well, it's who you're most likely thinking of is the dude from Georgia, Zamir White.
Yeah.
He just was hurt last year, but it's Abdullah.
That's who I can see. That's who I can see him working out with. I can't see him working out with Devontae. He strike me as that Tom Brady type, like.
I just don't think he's gonna be able to get it. Devontae is a speedster, a route runner, and a speedster. Yeah. And Garoppolo's never been a guy to catch you mid route deep down the field.
And they didn't use Debo in that way, so
right.
It's not like he has experience using no guys like that.
It's tough. That's what I'm saying. That's tough.
Maybe IU in a sense, but
yeah, maybe Brandon.
Yeah, but he's not a number one, so.
But that's not a comparison to a Devontae Adams, though.
Yeah, it's nowhere near it. So.
I'm not confident in Garoppolo. Is all I'm saying. But what I will say is, the top 10 draft has changed, and I'll run it down because I know we was looking at an offensive lineman at number 6. And I thought that was the dumbest thing in the world. An O lineman at 6, unless he's a Penei Sewell, who only comes around once in a while, and the while was just last year. Why would you draft an O lineman at 6? So they were going with an O lineman. Now the 1 through 10 draft per CBS.com is Bryce Young at 1 to Carolina, Alabama's quarterback. I'm not confident in that pick. I'm being a butt.
That's gonna continue to go back and forth. Between him and CJ.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm not confident in either.
So who do you like? You like Richardson? Anthony? Out of Florida?
Nah, I think. Don't get me wrong. I had this conversation with Malk offline. I said, out of all the quarterbacks, all the mainstream quarterbacks, I think Bryce Young has the best mechanics.
Okay.
Best quarterback without feet involved, without running the ball, just best quarterback mechanics, footwork, stable, throwing the ball, arm. Bryce Young.
You don't think that's Will Levis?
See, that's interesting that you say that out of Kentucky. That's interesting that you say that because they have him going to the Raiders at 6. And I don't think that Levis has the best mechanics. I think he's great. I think he's right on it. I think he's more so all around than better at one thing or another. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, let me ask you this, though. With having Josh as your coach, do you think his gameplay is coachable?
Levis or Young?
Levis. We know Young. In order to play for Alabama, you have to.
Yeah, you got to be. And that's an interesting question as well because Malk said, "Why wouldn't y'all look at him?" And
you're not going to get him.
My first thought is who? Levis?
Young.
Oh yeah, no, we're not. And even though he met with us too.
Yeah.
Before the pro day, he came and met with the Raiders. But the only way the Raiders get Bryce Young is if people do him like Tua. He's too short. He doesn't weigh enough. He's not, you know what I mean? Like, if they do him like that, then he may drop to the Raiders. But I don't see that happening. I think if you got a smart recruit, they picking Bryce up.
Let's keep it all 100. Like, McDaniels come off that saving tree because he's a Belichick protege.
Is that my pop? Uncle Tone in this bitch. Let me find out Uncle Tone had to get pop on the motherfucking. Unmute. Hey, we about to get in his ass, Q. He a Cowboys fan.
Oh,
yeah, we about to get in his ass. Here he go. Looking like he about to go slide on something. You ain't sliding on shit, little boy.
Well, you ducking. You out here ducking it.
Where y'all at?
Oh shit.
Yeah, bullshitter.
I don't see it.
You on?
I don't see it.
You on, chump? Pop.
What's up?
What's going on?
Drinking?
I know y'all was. You bullshitting. Tell Uncle Tone fuck the Cowboys. Fuck the Cowboys.
My phone wasn't working.
What's going on? You ain't know how to work it. That's what that was.
I don't know. My phone got hacked. Then they stole my money and all kinds of stuff. I lost like $4,800. Man, they got.
Wait, you talking about for real?
For real.
You doing too much.
They messed up my email and all kinds of stuff.
You was on them bad porn accounts and.
Yeah, them porn niggas. I'm back now.
He said I'm back now. How you feel about that Jimmy G trade, Pop?
Jimmy ain't bad. I'm gonna go with this. You know what they doing right now? The Raiders is making moves that I really like. They got to do that down tackle that's not really hardcore, but yet he can stop the middle. He can plug the middle, stop the run. They got some receivers that get downfield, special teams.
Jacoby, you know.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do is save some money. So what they're doing is like they getting these players that don't make a lot of money but really can play ball. They trying to make a little team out of some people that are bargain basements.
And you think that Jimmy you confident enough in him to be able to?
I think what they're doing right now is Jimmy G is going to be a beast. Jimmy G is a stopgap player. He's an excellent ball player. And but the problem is he can't stay healthy. If you can keep him healthy, you can really make some moves. Okay. The problem is they don't have no superstars. But with the receivers that they're trying to pick up, they can make some damage. They can do some damage.
Well, my question though is Devontae Adams. Jimmy G. Well, I know he's not, but Jimmy G ain't been known to throw past 20 yards. How's he going to hit?
He don't have to, but he got a deep ball. He don't throw a lot of them, but if you can give him a team for DeAndre Hopkins, he can get down. He can get down the field. He'll make his catches. He'll get his receiving yards. Stidham is not the greatest, but Stidham is not Jimmy G.
No, I agree with that.
So he will get it. He will get his receiver. He will get his receiving yards. Problem is you don't have a defense. But what I'm looking like is they're trying to get DeAndre Hopkins. So if they get your boy from Arizona, give him a few picks for the third round pick, and if Bryce Young make it, they'll be all right. They're gonna get Bryce Young.
Right now they got Will Levis. That they projected us to get.
Will Levis ain't even in the picture. I don't think Will Levis is in the picture.
You don't think
so?
I don't
like it. No, I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not. I told Malcolm I'm not the biggest fan of him either. But
he garbage. I will take your boy from Florida, Richardson.
I like Hendon Hooker from Tennessee.
I like him too, but you can get him in the second or third round.
You think?
Yep.
Yeah, they're not high on him.
I like Hendon.
They're not giving him no props though.
You said what, Mal?
He's mediocre.
Hendon Hooker.
Average. He's mediocre.
He's not even about being mediocre. He's a
Decent.
decent quarterback. But the problem is he don't have the stars and the stripes and the glory.
Right.
Suburb.
So
Right.
with that aspect, you gonna get him a little later because of the fact.
But
he's
didn't
hurt.
they beat Alabama this year?
I don't think they did.
Didn't Tennessee beat Alabama this year? I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. But you know what? The problem is
Yeah. Well.
he got hurt. He got hurt. Since he got hurt,
Yeah.
you gonna get him later.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You'll get him later. He'll be there. He'll be there. And there's the other little brother to play from the other quarterback. He's pretty good too. Not the USC quarterback, but the other one, the other little brother.
USC
he's
quarterback's
kinda-
all right, but
He's not quite as the guy. He's not quite as good as your boy from what's his name, Richard. The
Florida.
big. Yeah, he ain't quite as good as him, but he's on the same level. He's just a little smaller.
nah, from
But-
where though?
I'm trying to remember the team he played for. It's not UCLA. It's USC. It's what's the other brother, man? The little young brother. He's pretty good. I can't remember his name, but I've been watching all his highlights. He's really good.
Hold up.
But
I think I may know who you talking
the
about.
thing I'm trying to tell you is I can't remember his name, but the thing I'm telling you is they'll be all right. Jimmy G will be all right because Jimmy G is getting offense. He got a good offense. They're trying to build a defense. They got a defensive backfield now, pretty much. They'll be all right. I think Jimmy G will be all right. He's going to make a name for himself. If the Raiders look up and get the third-round pick, because I think they're trying to trade for DeAndre Hopkins and give up some draft picks. They get DeAndre Hopkins.
He
move to
can't
the third
stay
pick.
healthy either, though.
If you don't really, he didn't play too, but he got suspended. If he would have been suspended, he'd have been all right. He played the whole
Yeah,
season.
he did get suspended.
He got suspended. But if he'd have played the whole season, and you got
He
the
did
receiving
get
core they got right now, the Raiders will be all right. You got a good running back. You got two good receivers, plus some extras. They'll be all right with the offense. The problem with them is they get their defense together. They make some noise. They'll make some noise.
They trying to. They trying to with Mike Epps and all them. They trying to
You know
get
what I'm
their
saying? They make
DBs
some noise.
right. Now,
Yeah,
Mom,
he's gonna be all right.
now that's what I've been wondering is because y'all clearing house.
I don't like the head coach and the general manager, but they trying to do this bargain basement shopping. But that's not a bad deal to go with, though. You got 13 picks in the draft, almost 12 picks in the draft. You be all right.
You talking about the Raiders?
Yeah, they be all right with the 12 picks they got in the draft. Decent quarterback now. They move up to the third round and maybe have 7 picks. They be all right.
Do they got 2 first rounders?
No, they got 1 first rounder, a second rounder, third
The
rounder,
second,
a
okay.
third rounder. And then they got like 2 fifths, 2 sixths, 2 sevenths.
Okay.
But the thing is, I mean, if you get the right people, you be all right. And I think the Raiders
They
will be
don't-
all right.
They don't never get the right people.
I think Jimmy G will be all right. They'll be all
Well,
right.
Jimmy G's different, but I'm talking about draft wise. We never get the right people. Last year's draft was the best draft we've had in a decade.
And that was retarded. They picked 2 running backs, 3 running backs, 2 down tackles, 2 offensive linemen. I mean, you can't pick 2 the same. No, you retire. They be all right though. I mean, I think the Raiders will be all right this year. But I'm liking Malcolm Philadelphia Flyers. I mean,
They ain't the
Eagles.
same. They ain't the same team no more.
They be all right.
What you think, Malcolm? You think they'd be all right? I think they'd be all right, but I don't think they get to as far as they got last year.
I told everybody a long time ago, Cincinnati turned the corner.
Oh, y'all
They
got
do.
what's the name though? Y'all got the Seattle's running back.
Yeah, Rashard Penny, he's decent. He ain't nothing to brag about.
Nah, but that's a good punch. That's a
You
good
can have
punch.
Ezekiel Elliott for $1 because nobody wants him.
He said for $1.
But no, we still got draft picks. I mean, so
Yeah, y'all sit nice on draft picks.
I mean, yeah, we lost our offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, but that comes with the game. That
Yeah,
comes with
OC
the-
went to what? Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the last OC. Look what happened to him. Look what happened to Frank Wright.
Right.
When he,
I'm telling y'all right now, like I told y'all, Philadelphia was gonna come around. I told Cincinnati was gonna come around. You better watch them Chicago Bulls next year. Not Chicago Bulls, but Chicago Bears.
Man, I don't know. I do like that they got that old tackle.
I'm trying to tell you, you better watch out Chicago Bears next year.
Damn, I can't even think of his name.
Chicago Bears next year. They got receivers now, and I'm telling you right now, Chicago draft. If nobody pick him, he going right there. I'm telling you right now. Before the draft pick, what's his name? Ohio State, Ikebaka Joku.
I know he's talking about.
Chicago Bears right now. That's where he going. What's his name? In Guackway, Yingimingaboo. The light skinned nigga.
I know he's talking about. He said the nigga from Africa. Listen, you gotta be a bad man. You a yellow nigga from Africa.
We got an African name. What's his name?
I know you talking about
what's his name? Whatever his name is, he going to Chicago.
You think?
Yep.
They need receivers. Claypool's not enough. I'll tell you that right now.
Receivers. And DJ Moore, he going there now, so he gonna be all right.
Well, let's keep it a buck. What he really needs is an O-line. That's why I like that they got that tackle.
He don't line, but if he has people to throw to, he'd be all right. He don't have to run so much. But
he gonna run regardless.
Ohio State dude, what the hell's his name? Oh Lord, help me, Jesus. You know the running receiver. He can be Juki. I don't know that nigga name. What is his name? Oh shit. Yeah, Ikabuka, Jakabuka, Injibuka.
It's over.
Whatever his name is, he gonna make it. Cause you know what? With him, they be all right. He's a good receiver. He get open right now.
Amika Abuka.
Yeah, Ikabuka. Yeah, he be all right. They'll be all right. He a good receiver, man. I like him Ohio State. They didn't want that off. He'd play because when Harrison went down, that's when Georgia came back.
Ohio State put out great wide receivers every year. That's the only position they can put out.
I'm trying to tell you, you put that nigga on Ohio State, they be all right. And Buka Joke, and something. I'm gonna get that name. Oh, I'm gonna get him. But he ran a 4.4. He ran a 4.40.
Is that enough?
Oh, it's real good. That's he got good speed.
No, that's good speed. But is that enough as a wide receiver nowadays?
No.
Yeah, because you know.
I don't know. I'm with Malcolm on that. I don't know if a 4.4 with good route running is great, and he does have good route running. I can't say that.
But you know they traded for the pick up front, the first pick. They got your boy Moore. He's a decent receiver, and you got the old you had last year, and then you bring in one more good receiver. He ain't got to run as much. If he don't have to run as much, man, he all right. And the defense is already better, and they got picks. They got draft picks.
Who's they running back right now? Who's Chicago's running back? It is Montgomery. Yeah.
David Montgomery.
Yeah.
David Montgomery. But you can get Ezekiel for $1, so they be all right. That's all they need.
They defense ain't the best though. They secondary's all right. They got a decent secondary.
You get Ezekiel for $2.50, and they be all right.
I don't think.
And that's what you're looking at too, because they got rid of a lot of defensive players over the past.
Ooh, Kansas State just got upset.
Yeah, FAU.
Florida Atlantic.
Yeah,
I thought that was going to happen too.
79-76.
I thought that was going to happen too. I should have bet on it. But fuck that. They got CJ Stroud going at number 2 to the Texans. Man, y'all think CJ Stroud a number 2 quarterback?
Number 1, baby. Number 1.
Do you really think?
Yeah.
I don't, man.
Yeah. Number 1, baby.
I don't think that there's. I don't think Ohio State ever puts in a good quarterback, and I don't think CJ Stroud.
They That's it right there. He the one. I like his personality. I like how he talk. He got a good arm, and he told you right now.
He don't
said,
talk. That
Yeah, he
nigga
did.
quiet
Y'all
as a
recruited
church
me.
mouse.
He said it before. He said, y'all recruited me. He didn't recruit me to be a running back. I'm a quarterback. So I like his personality. I like his style. He gonna be all right. He gonna be all right.
I don't know. I mean, he got
He got a
enough.
pretty ball. He got a pretty ball, man.
You think?
Yeah, he got a pretty ball. He throw a pretty ball.
He's scared to run, though.
He don't, like he said, he's a quarterback, not a running back.
And what you mean? You don't think even the white quarterbacks got to run nowadays? You got to get out of that pocket and run.
Brady ain't never ran. He's sorry. He never ran.
Well, Brady had. We knew that Brady got even when he left New England, he got traded to Tampa Bay with his security.
Yeah, but Peyton Manning ran like an alligator. He can't run either.
Listen, even big ass Ben Roethlisberger and Phillip Rivers ran.
But that's the thing. They was big boys. They could run. But the other quarterbacks like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, what's his name? What's the gay brother's name? He run either.
Eli. He said the game.
Eli Manning. And them boys don't run.
Man, nah, I ain't. You gotta run nowadays.
No,
You
that's
gotta
not
run.
easy, bro.
Even Joe run. He'll slide on you real quick.
Joe don't run too much, but he will run.
You gotta. You have to nowadays, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think
But
that.
you know what, though? C.J. Stroud showed you in the Georgia game. He can run.
But his pocket game isn't good enough to not be willing to run.
It's all right. If you let that motherfucker throw the ball, he all right. He got a good ball. I'm telling you, he can throw the ball. And you can learn how to run.
I don't think he needs to learn how to. I think he knows how to. I just think he doesn't.
That's why he ain't with the Raiders no more. Derek Carr couldn't run with the shit.
Oh no, that was Mr. What did I call him? I called him something out. Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Nah, that's Choir Boy. He took knees before he gets sacked.
Right, he went to the Saints. I knew he was gonna go to the Saints.
That's a good fit for him, though.
But he doing that for the religious reasons.
Stop it! You ignorant as hell. You ignorant as hell.
He did it for religious reasons.
He said, "I'm gonna go to the Saints to the."
Saints. He can talk about he gonna make everything about the Bible.
Listen.
Yeah.
But where we at? We at 159. Before we get into tonight's fights, Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia.
Oh yeah, well, there we go.
Yep. What you think about that, Pop?
I like it. I think Gervonta got this one. He can do all right.
I call it. I'm telling you right now. I'm calling it a 6-round knockout. It does not go past 8 rounds.
That what you feeling? I mean, it could be good.
It doesn't go past 8 rounds, and I'm putting that right now. All the shower heads want to bet. I call it a 6-round knockout, but I'm saying it doesn't go past 8. So if you really want to bet safe, 8-round knockout. Ryan Garcia is too flat-footed. He fights straight up and down with his chin in the air.
His head is up like a
right.
What's that damn dinosaur?
like the long neck joint.
Yeah, long neck dinosaur eating on leaves. He gonna get his head up. You know what? I give it to you. I say 6 rounds or before.
You said before?
Okay,
no, before.
What you ordering? My ordering some White Castles.
It might even be 4 rounds.
Yeah, give me 2 of them.
Right, you hear what I'm saying?
But on that,
I might want some White Castles this evening.
Who's that White Castle?
I don't know where Malk at, but he ordering something.
On that double, I'm not any mustard or any pickles.
Constipated. He needs some White Castle.
Mayonnaise on there.
Tell my guy, tell Malk to get a White Castle and a beer.
Malk ain't no beer drinker.
Yeah.
Malk ain't drinking no beer. But I say 6-round knockout. for
I give
Gervonta
you, I give
Davis.
you 4 to 6. 4 to 6. It ain't going past 6. I give you that.
But what I will say though, I will say
Because he
this:
ain't fought nobody. He ain't fought nobody.
he hadn't. Luke Campbell was the only one he fought, and he got knocked down in that fight. He got knocked down by Luke Campbell. And I'm not trying to hate on Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell is a great fighter. But you got knocked down by Luke Campbell, and you think that you about to take one from Ryan Garcia, from Gervonta Davis?
Ain't gonna happen. I give you 4 rounds, like you said, between 4 and 6 rounds all day. It ain't going past the 6.
I agree with that. I just think that, don't get me wrong, I like Ryan Garcia.
Second round knockout. He
You
got
said a
Garcia
second
got,
round?
he got good speed. He got good speed.
He does. He has good hand
He
speed.
don't know how to move.
Hand speed, though. His feet don't match his hands.
Like I'm saying, he gonna get knocked out.
His feet don't match his hands. And you always taught me you better move your feet with them hands.
The feet line up with the hands.
Right. And that I don't see that from Ryan Garcia. I just don't see it from him.
I'm going with the underdog.
You going with Ryan Garcia?
Just because everybody keeps talking the other way, I'm going against
You know
the
what's
grain.
crazy though? I will say that from you saying that, you know what's crazy is I swear on my life, I had a dream. I don't think it was last night, maybe the night before, that Tank lost on the decision. Now I know that will never be true, right? I know that will never be true. The only way Tank loses is a flash knockout.
It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
And he's never even been wobbled before.
I don't think he's gonna pass 4.
It's been a year of upsets.
Man,
I don't think he's gonna pass 4.
yeah, I agree, Pops, to an extent. I think the safe bet is a 6-round knockout. I do.
I say 6 rounds, but I don't think he's gonna pass 4.
5-6 round knockout.
I don't think he's gonna pass 4.
He's not ready.
6 is safe. 4 ain't gonna happen.
Ryan Garcia is currently 23-0 with 19 knockouts. Tank is 28-0 with 26 knockouts.
But Tank had some fights.
Right, like real fights, right.
Or she ain't fought nobody.
And then did you hear about the dehydration clause?
Nope.
So Tank put Ryan Garcia on a dehydration clause, meaning that he can't rehydrate more than 10 pounds from the weight that they're fighting at.
Okay, that's legit.
Right, so they're fighting at 136. He's saying you can't weigh no more than 146 at the time of your fight. So now everybody's saying that Tank is pussy for doing that, right?
No, but that's the way you're supposed to be.
Right, like Ryan Garcia knew he wanted to fight Tank. He chose to move up to 140. So why should Tank have to then meet him at 140 if he's the cash cow?
That's right.
You need a rehydration clause. Cause like Tank said, you're not about to rehydrate up to 160 in a 135 pound fight or a 136 pound fight.
Exactly.
So I just wanted to bring that up because I don't understand why everybody now calling Tank like soft. Nah, that's smart.
Yeah, I ain't fighting middleweight.
Right, it'd be different if y'all was both in the same weight class, but y'all not. So you can't rehydrate past I would say 150.
Tank to beat them either way, though.
And that's what people were saying because Tank fought Mario Barrios at 140. And I'm sure he rehydrated up to 160.
If you that true dog, you gonna handle business at any and all levels.
But ain't nobody. But
I ain't just saying. You shut up.
Right. That's like it's like this is our generation's Floyd Mayweather Oscar De La Hoya fight.
Right. That's why you try to tell a flyweight to fight a heavyweight.
Right. Now, here's the difference is Floyd Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya both fought at the same weight class when that fight took place. Now, if Floyd was the A side and De La Hoya was a weight class up, you can guarantee he was going to make De La Hoya come down to his weight. I got the belts. I'm not coming up to you. You come down to me. So I don't understand the difference with Gervonta. Like it's weird to me. It almost seems like because everybody wanted Floyd to lose. That's why they bought fights. This almost seems like we gonna talk shit enough until you be like, nah, I'll fight him straight up. Like, because I want to see you lose. And if I'm being 100, I do think that Tank can beat Ryan Garcia at 140.
He beat him at it.
I think he'll beat him at 140 too. But why would I'm the A side? Why would I do that? He has to come to me.
He's the A side as well.
Ryan ain't no fucking A side.
You want my belt? You gotta.
Ryan ain't no. Well, that's another thing. Ain't no belts on the line because since Ryan is fighting at 140, he said he couldn't make 135.
Right.
So Tank's belts are at 135. What up, Uncle Tom?
What up, baby?
What up? What's going on?
You got it.
I don't got it. I need it.
Sorry, I'm trying to check a text. Keep talking.
Oh no, you good? But 135. If Ryan can't make it there, and that's where my belts is at, then like, where do you want me to fight? So they went 136.
Yeah.
A pound up. That seems a little weird to me, though. I feel like if Tank fought at 140 before, you can give him more than 136, but still, I understand. You're the A side. You do what you want. I just don't see Ryan being anywhere close to getting that win. Tonight, though, is the Mexican monster David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. You said what?
Nothing. Keep talking, Negro.
Oh, I thought that was Monk right there.
Go Cowboys.
Fuck your Cowboys.
I got the Mexican monster.
You going, David?
Who's your team?
You already know my team.
Sacramento Kings.
You already know my team, Monk. Don't try to play with me.
Who is it?
You know my team.
They probably suck.
You know I'm a Raider to the day. You a fucking you a Cowboy fan.
They better than the Raiders.
You delusional. That's why you think that.
What does the record say?
What is what record?
Okay, keep that.
What is what record? The weak ass NFC. You in the NFC.
So what?
Your record better be O. You better have an O on your record.
You better hope y'all win 5 games this year.
You better hope we win 5 games.
Yeah.
Y'all get
the whole thing this year. It's in our hometown.
Fuck you, Q.
I hear y'all talking.
Listen, Pop, I will say Miami is making moves.
Miami look good.
Yeah, Miami is making moves.
They look real good.
Gotta figure out who the quarterback is.
Nope, we know who the quarterback is.
Well, at least make sure his head don't hit the ground.
We gotta go to Vegas this year. Malcolm,
we know who the quarterback is. No
We
Jay.
gotta go to Vegas. Malcolm, you going with us?
He said go to Vegas.
Yeah, we going to Vegas. Luther Vandross, you going with us too?
Oh, I'm with it.
I ain't getting in trouble with y'all.
Let's do this.
Pops. I'm
When
trying
y'all going to Vegas?
No, Pops, I'm trying to go to that Chicken Bacon Ranch Chicken Bacon Ranch.
I bet. He said, give me the Garoppolo special.
Hey, when y'all going to Vegas?
Win. I got 4 weeks vacation and $23,000 in the bank. Let's go.
All right,
Pops.
I'm trying to have some fun. Let's do this.
Well, we can have fun, but don't.
I ain't gambling, but I go.
We ain't talking about gambling. Don't be broadcasting what you got going on.
Hey, they can't take my money. I got big guns. It ain't on my arm.
I know that's right.
Things a Dolphin fan wouldn't say.
I'm ready to have some fun. Hey, like, I'm ready to have some fun.
Listen, I guarantee that'll be a time.
Hey, I'm ready to have some fun.
I guarantee that'll be a time, but
I go to Vegas. I spend $3,000. We can do this thing. We can do this.
All right.
Whatever we can get in 3,000, we all right. Whatever we get in 3,000, I'm all right.
I ain't ready yet, but I'll be ready.
All right, y'all know.
You said what?
Just built a house in Vegas now.
Your friend just built a house in Vegas.
Yeah.
I do it way big. I like to have fun.
Well, I know, motherfucker.
Shout out to Michael.
I know you do.
In Vegas, oh Lord, we win the Super Bowl even though we ain't winning.
Oh, damn.
As long as I can come back home, I did good down there, boy.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I'm say my name.
You stupid, man.
Damn.
Listen. Well, I will say before we wrap up tonight, the Caleb Plant, David Benavidez, I do think best bet if my shower heads is wanting to bet.
Amen.
I'm going with a Caleb Plant decision. I don't know how much that gets you. I ain't checked. I'm going with a Caleb Plant decision.
David Benavidez, TKO, second round.
You crazy as fuck. You just talking.
Yeah, he just talking
That's
shit
a prediction.
That.
That's not a spoiler alert. That's a prediction.
I can't
A second round TKO?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. He's never been knocked out. Caleb Plant's only losses to Canelo Alvarez.
It's been a year of upset.
If Canelo Alvarez cannot knock out Caleb Plant, David Benavidez is not doing so.
Things change.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, don't bet on that. Don't bet on the second round, showerheads. You lose your money, I promise.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Caleb may be able to get knocked out, but it ain't going to be a second round. I guarantee you that.
It's going to be a fifth one tonight.
You said what, kid? Oh, he up there looking up bets and shit. I
was trying to find who was the favorite in that match.
Oh no, it's David Benavidez.
Yeah.
Caleb Plant is a plus 300.
Oh, so you said a Plant decision? That's why.
Yeah, I think a Plant decision is the
okay.
A Plant decision is the safest bet this evening.
Hey.
All David Benavidez does is he's high punch volume. He does have power, but Caleb. Think about. So my thing is this. Think about how much Canelo Alvarez's game stepped up when he fought Floyd Mayweather. Once he fought Floyd Mayweather, Canelo was a different animal. Now you have Caleb Plant who fought Canelo Alvarez. David Benavidez never stepped in the ring with nobody like that. And you think that he about to do... Caleb learned something in that Canelo fight. I don't know if I love David Benavidez, but I don't know if he has enough to...
The reason why David's considered the favorite in the fight.
Because he's the knockout artist out of the two. Out of the both of them. But Caleb's never been knocked out. He's never been dropped. So if Canelo couldn't do it, why could David do it? And I'm not saying, I know styles make fights, different matchups, different things happen, but you learn from being in the ring with a great fighter.
True to fact.
You know what I'm saying? And
True to fact.
David has never been in the ring with a fighter as good as Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah. True.
So I don't know if he has enough to knock Caleb out. That's the only way he wins is if he knocks him out. So the safe bet, in my opinion, is Caleb Plant by decision. But I can see him getting knocked out, but it would be a flash. You said what, Pop?
I see that. I can see that.
But yeah, nah, that's all I really had this evening. Does anybody else have anything?
I'm just glad to be on. You know me.
Well, nigga, get your phone right.
I know it.
Yeah, because we going to be back on next Saturday or get your phone right.
Taking my money, took $4,087.
You probably sent it to a motherfucker on Cash App, just trying to flick with the fucking phone. Non-technical ass nigga.
That might be true.
Lakers and Eagles all the way, baby. Don't ever sleep.
The Eagles flew the nest.
I used to like dog Malcolm, but they got a good quarterback now, so I can't talk about him no more.
Right.
But he only got like
exactly.
Malcolm only got 4 more years to shine.
He's going back to the bottom basement. Wheels fall off. He like a Toyota.
Back to the bargain basement.
Bargain basement mouth.
I wish that on us.
He said, "Don't wish that on me."
Don't wish that on us, Pop. Don't do us like that. Just because y'all had Jamarcus Russell.
He was at the dollar store.
He said we was at the dollar store.
The dollar store.
He's stupid.
Hey, I even liked Aaron Brooks while y'all hating on me. I did too. Aaron Brooks, motherfucking damn.
Look at it. I did too.
Okay.
I was a low-key Raiders fan, let me tell it, back in the day.
You ain't no low-key shit. Shut the fuck up. You ain't welcome here.
I played a lot on Madden back in the day.
You ain't welcome here in the silver and black.
I like the Eagles fly this year.
Fly the nest, Eagles fly.
Hey, look, I gotta have a dollar sign behind my head.
Right, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Fuck the Cowboys.
That's horrible.
Fuck the Cowboys.
Watch it, I'm telling y'all.
Fuck the Cowboys, I'm pulling up.
Hey, they say that shit every year.
I'm pulling up.
I'm telling y'all.
I'm about to pull up. I'm pulling up after this.
Zeke was a bust and Dak ain't it.
Zach goes. Zach, he get it for $1.
Exactly.
Yeah, what you trying to give up Dak for,
Don't complain.
Hey, mark my words. This is Mike McCarthy's last year. This is his last year. Mark my words.
Mike McCarthy shouldn't even have been there last year.
Exactly. He's out.
Oh shit.
Man,
they're going to call Tony Romo to come
something that I agree with.
Right, he said you said something.
I know who my hit the showers go to.
I'm coming. I think I'm coming after this. I think I'm on the way to y'all.
You know good and well Dak can run your ass over though.
And then if he don't get hurt,
he hold his leg in there.
Well, hell, that's any quarterback these days.
You right.
Look at your boy from what's his name from oh shit, where he can't even get a contract nowhere.
Lamar,
the running quarterback.
Lamar
Jackson? Man, don't hate on Lamar.
I ain't hating on him. Where's his contract at?
He better.
They hating on him.
Exactly.
They hating on him.
No, they ain't hating on him. He didn't took too many hits, bro.
He has taken some hits.
I wouldn't say
he has taken some hits. I wouldn't say too many.
It only take one.
He's only 25 years old.
Okay, so look at it. How many surgeries he had? How many times has he been out?
He's been in the league.
How many times has he been out in the last 3 years?
How many times has Dak been out his whole career? How many times has Dak been out?
I ain't complaining. Dak's got a contract.
But see, that's the thing though. That's the thing though. No. That's the thing though. Dak didn't deserve that contract. Lamar did.
What you mean?
Even the owner said it.
So if you got the contract, we should sit here and say, well, you ain't deserve it.
No, he got it. It's over, of course. But I'm saying,
he got what he deserved.
If you could pay Lamar or Dak,
So
who
Lamar
you
don't
paying?
deserve to get paid.
He ain't paid.
Lamar get paid before Dak in any realm of reality.
Y'all sitting here talking like I'm not saying something that y'all already can't see.
No, I know what you're saying, but there's no reason that
he playing for the wrong people.
Exactly. There it is. There it
He's
is.
playing for the wrong people.
There it is.
Lamar was the MVP.
He's a free agent.
He's playing for the wrong people.
But he's a free agent.
Man,
He's a free agent.
You know how that game, y'all.
They about
just
to,
like they don't
You know
how that game go.
Nah, they don't want to pick him up. They don't want to pick him up because they about to give him that Colin Kaepernick treatment. Like, oh, you don't want to accept what we offer, you ain't gonna play.
So whose fault is that?
It's the leagues at the end of the day. He was the MVP. This is the MVP quarterback.
Why y'all bullying one of the players that make you the most money?
Listen, I like him personally, but personally, it don't get you the motherfucking contract.
No, right.
Contract.
Right.
Come on, let's real talk.
You right.
Let's real talk.
You right there.
That's just wrong.
But right now,
but he deserved. You can't tell me he don't deserve it, huh?
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it.
Okay.
But somebody is. But as an owner,
right?
Somebody is seeing something.
Right. I see what you're saying.
Others are seeing, and they say, "So do we take a bet on Zeke?" Hell no. He looks tired.
Right.
So they ain't just looking at Zeke.
Right.
They looking at everybody. As an owner, how would you look at it? You be like, do we pick him up? Just like OBJ. Let's get on OBJ for a second.
Right.
I wouldn't take that motherfucker with a. You couldn't give him to me.
But he could at least make the wide receivers around. It depends on my core.
This dude is asking $20 million a year.
Oh yeah, no. You're right. No, you're right.
Ain't gonna do nothing but get hurt.
Right.
And then be sitting on my side.
Not for $20 million.
If it's incentivized, give it to him.
Well, yeah, no. If it's incentivized and his contract is low, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, earn it.
Yeah.
Now you gotta earn it.
Right.
That's where we gotta start coming to with these contracts though, like incentivize these motherfuckers if you ain't gonna pay them the top dollar.
Well, some of it is guaranteed and then some of it is incentive.
Yeah.
But like, come on, everybody need to be real. Like OBJ ain't played in a year. He got hurt in preseason, didn't he, last year?
But he also helped LA to a Super Bowl. Even with only playing in the first half.
Hey, you can help me get there all you like. I'm not paying you millions of dollars to stand on my sideline and root on the team.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of people can get paid that way.
Nah, you're right.
And to be honest, I'm be honest with y'all fellas. When Dak took that hit, about 2 years ago when he got hurt the first time and fucked up his leg, he ain't never been right since.
Right. Mike been saying that.
But
Mike been saying
that. But that's all personal with Dak though. Like that's him playing soft. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100.
I don't know if it's playing soft or you got it in your mind that you don't want to take another one of them hits.
Exactly. That's playing soft.
Well, shit, it don't get no harder than that. Give me soft with that contract he got.
They should have made him. They should have made him earn that.
I'll take it all day long. You get a fat ass contract, and you scared to get hit like that again. That's like somebody shooting you, and you be like, "Man, I ain't trying to experience that."
Hold
shit.
on.
Right. I'm out the streets now. I ain't fucking with these y'all niggas. Is crazy. I'm good.
Hey, what did he hurt his thumb this year? That
Yeah, he got his thumb broke.
didn't Aaron Rodgers
Last
play
year.
with a broken thumb?
He got his thumb and his
You
pride
can't throw a
broken.
ball with your thumb broke on your throwing hand.
I'm just saying though, Aaron Rodgers played with a broken thumb.
What, on his opposite hand?
I don't know.
I would
don't
too.
know all that. Oh, okay.
If it ain't my
Back to
throwing
the-
hand and I can't
I just feel like Dak's off.
Yeah, you can't throw with your thumb broke on your throwing hand.
Man, fuck all that. That motherfucker.
I mean, what you supposed to do?
He did it.
Go out here and just give up the
You
ball.
said who did it, Mal? Tom Brady
Yeah.
with a broken thumb on his throwing
Yeah.
hand?
Yeah,
He had his hand was stitched up, his thumb or something. He had tore.
Yeah, and the ball was also inflated to the right capacity. All I'm saying is I don't trust that.
I mean, you can say that.
Yeah, I don't trust that until I
That
see
was-
the X-rays. You gonna have to show me X-rays. I don't
That was
trust
that was a different season. That wasn't the same season.
No, it doesn't matter if the deflate gate was a different season. I need to see the X-rays that you were actually throwing with a broken thumb, because that's wild. Now, if he was truly throwing with a broken thumb on his throwing hand, he is hands down the GOAT. But I don't trust that was really what it was. He may have a fracture in his thumb, but he ain't had no broken thumb.
Can you imagine trying to throw a ball with 4 fingers?
You bowling, you bowling at that point. You just slinging it up, get it up there, and hope somebody catch it.
You
Man.
playing like Lamar Jackson at that point.
Oh, you sinning!
You running again.
Right. And we know Brady ain't doing that. He taking knees like a choir boy. Like
Hey, but you know what? Every team that Tom Brady or some of these good quarterbacks go to, they make sure they go to one with a good fucking line.
right.
Of
Right.
course.
I notice that.
Well, by that point, you better have a line. That's a part of my contract. I need a line.
If y'all ain't got no insurance policy, I ain't
Right.
coming.
Now, once the line start
but I
fucking
mean,
up, contract
Look
is
at Dallas's
void.
line. Look at our front line. It's old as hell. Hell, they just renewed fucking Tyron Smith's contract. I don't give a fuck if you the strongest man in the NFL.
Right.
Fuck that. You've been on that line for 10 fucking years.
Hey, they can't trust nobody.
and look, the motherfucker keep going offside. You're like, man, come on, you're killing me in penalties. Every time you make a good play,
Oh my gosh.
That's because Dak don't got control of his offensive line like the greats do.
That ain't Dak. I think that's the offensive coach, don't you think?
No, because your
Yeah,
quarterback
it's all discipline.
I got
quarterback
it.
gets you the check.
When you at practice all week, it's called discipline. That's what your offensive coordinator's for. That's what your D line and your offensive line coordinator's for.
But if the quarterback gets away, the team can follow his footsteps.
Hold on, your coach is Jerry Jones. Mike McCarthy ain't the coach, so
Well, no, Jerry Jones. Oh, you trying to be funny? I was about to say.
when Jerry Jones tell y'all what to do, that's the problem.
Yeah, it don't matter who the coach is.
Control y'all's team. Yeah, I mean, he ain't nothing but another Al Davis.
Right. Right.
Real shit.
You know, you're absolutely
He
correct.
got all this fucking money and don't want to share it and give. Come on, man.
Yeah, no,
That's
you're
why Jimmy Johnson didn't come back.
right.
Look,
Right.
You
Bruh.
don't control me.
You're absolutely
look,
correct.
Look,
Of course, they picking all these coaches that he can control.
But look what
Right.
Mark just did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you had all these opportunities to use Derek Carr as trade bait.
Right.
Because you know somebody was going to take him.
Right. And
And
you
you
chose to
fucking-
release him.
and
Let me
you-
release
yeah.
him so he feels
It's a
good
big
about. Man, yeah, I agree.
Just to so-called fuck him up. But now look where he at.
I agree.
He finna shit on y'all next year.
Who's that?
Derek
Derek
Carr.
Carr?
Oh yeah.
And going to the Saints. That's
You
that's
see,
a tough.
hey Cliff,
that's
you
a
remember
tough
we
move.
talked about it at the Pro Bowl.
I said that's the only
Yeah, you
team
said
that I
that
would
shit.
not want him
And
to
that
go
motherfucker
to.
went out there and shined.
Yep.
Oh no, you talking about when I said that was going to happen. No, I was talking about before that when I said out of all the teams who could he go to, I said the Saints would be the best for him. I don't want him to go there.
Yeah.
And now look at where we are.
You predicted all that shit because you said he was gonna fucking go off at the Pro Bowl.
Oh.
That motherfucker went off at the Pro Bowl.
Hey, Zeke gonna end up in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Yo, what?
But see, that makes, like we was talking about the other day, that makes Mixon the new Tony Pollard, and I don't like that.
No, it don't. Make Zeke need to learn how to be a Mark Ingram.
Okay. I agree with that.
Let Kamara do his dizzle and he fill in.
But do you
I ain't
think
gonna lie to y'all. Zeke can do whatever he wants to as long as he ain't retired.
No, that's right. I know that's right.
That motherfucker done went to Costa Rica or whatever island he was at.
And was running on the sand and didn't lose no weight.
He was snorting that goddamn
Oh shit.
He came back like, shit, I'm ready to retire.
Right.
Like, you ain't even played.
Right.
Oh, Ricky Williams Jr. ass nigga.
Don't hate on my nigga Ricky. At
Nah,
least
he
my
ain't
nigga Ricky,
No Zeke and the
Ricky
wrong
did.
is what they call it.
listen, Ricky went to Africa and started building communities out there.
Man.
Zeke is gonna have to go to Mars with his Ewok looking ass to start building communities. You hear what I'm saying?
Learn how to get the sun to shine over there like the earth do.
The fuck?
You know,
Talking
I
about where Taylor Swift at. That nigga ain't never had no shot at no goddamn Taylor Swift. She ain't responding. She responding to shit.
She gonna do you like she did Kanye.
She like, I loved you in Star Wars, but I don't want to go on a date.
Zeke trash.
I'm
I ain't
bullshitting.
gonna lie.
We at 2:30. Do anybody got anything to take us out? Unc, you need to start hopping on.
All right, but make sure I get an invite.
Of course, you know I get you right. But yeah, do anybody got anything to take us out? No,
Fuck
we ain't
the
get.
Raiders.
Fuck the
the
Eagles.
Fuck all them motherfuckers that you like that you claiming. Anybody that you fuck with, fuck all them teams. Fuck them all. Kyrie, former players, current players, fuck them all.
Fuck Jalen Hurts. I hope he stubs his toe on the bed as he comes back from using the bathroom at 3 a.m.
Hey, Cliffy.
What up, baby?
See, motherfucking Kansas just lost.
I did. I fucks up a couple of my parlays. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie about
Hey, if
that.
I do the over-under.
I'm glad to see our girls is in the Elite Eight.
Who?
Ohio State. They
Oh,
beat
yeah.
UConn. They fucked up my parlay.
I saw him.
Hey, my girls is.
I'm not gonna lie. I bet against them tomorrow, though.
Something wrong with you.
I don't know, kid, but that's tough. It's tough. That they got fuck. I was just looking at it.
Who?
Ohio State. I don't see them getting past this one.
I don't know. They got past UConn. They wasn't supposed to get past UConn.
Nah. That is impressive. That is impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Let me see. Who was
They mopped their ass too.
Hold up. There we go. Dismiss. Where's the
Ooh, Ohio State got Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, I think let me see. Did I go with Virginia Tech on that? I might not have bet on it.
Man, I'm calling the upset. I'm finna go bet straight up for tomorrow.
What, on Ohio State?
No, I'm taking the Miami women straight up over LSU tomorrow.
Oh,
Me too. Well, I don't know about straight up. I'm taking it as a parlay.
Oh, that's fucked.
I might put 50 on it.
50,
but yeah, I might put 50 on it. I'm feeling them right now, man. They doing their thing. They underranked. Just like the men. They underranked.
But yeah, nah, it don't matter. We out this bitch. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell them niggas to troll. We be back Wednesday with NBA.
All right, make sure I get a bite, bro.
Yep, I got you. Love y'all
I'm
niggas.
on this 2K. Fuck y'all.
You too. Nice to meet y'all.
This nigga dumb, man.
What'd he say?
Thank you.